back down.
He's looking under my car, it's like it's something under it.
Oh, what is that? Whoa, legal sticker. Everything took my car.
Alright, sign him up.
Under
I'm like, bro, you know ain't nothing under it.
Alright.
You mark. Get set, go.
There you go. Go, Super X. Yeah. Hadouken! Bye!
Last lap.
Not today. Maybe.
I don't think that race is coming.
Okay, nakuha.
Hey there.
Hey.
Did you see what happened? Did you recall what happened last time? In the earlier race?
No.
Did no one win?
Somebody
What up guys, it's your boy Cielshock from CTUSA Mini4wd Racing Squad, and I'm a teacher here in Noobworx. And before I start my video, I'll say a shout out to Toronto Mini 4-Wheel Drive Club, Hobby Hideaway, MCP, Hyven Mini 4-Wheel Drive Shop, and Sonic Boom. Shout out to you all. Alright, let's get in the video right away. Today, due to consistent public demand, we are going to have a detailed review of my Super X prototype. I said Super X prototype tune class build because this is not the final build yet. It's just my prototype. It's just happened that it debuted in Btuned, New Jersey. As you have seen the clip, it won first place at basic tune class category. But I was trying to make this build specifically for basic tune class and also for Bmax. But lately, I just won that tune class race. So due to consistent public demand that everybody was messaging me in Facebook, Instagram, and in YouTube, I'm making a breakdown video of this Super X chassis. Usually, if you guys have been following me for a while, I have a name for each build that I have. It's usually a name of a woman, kidding aside. But today, there's no name for this. This is just inspired by my mentor, Sir Joey. Shout out, Sir Joey. So now let's get into it. So this is my Super X chassis prototype build. Let's start with the body. This body shell is quite old. As you can see, there's already a lot of repairs and it's painted. It's old. This is handed to me by my mentor, Sir Joey from Guese. He's been my mentor since I started back racing back in 2015. And he gave me this as a gift. And it's been in a lot of battles already, and as you can see, there's a lot of battle scars, but I keep this just to remember him, how many teachings he embarked on me while I'm learning Mini 4-Wheel Drive. But continuing on my topic, this is Synchro Master Z9, item number 95410. Again, it's item number 95410. There's no specific reason why I use it. The only reason why I use it is because this is the one that fits the Super X, and I can actually use a closer carbon plate that I can use for cornering. But we'll get to that later. But for now, this is the Synchro Master Z9 body shell, item number 95410. Lightweight purposes, it is plastic because I use it for Bmax, but you can also use polycarbonate now on Bmax. Shout out again, Sir Joey. Alright, moving on to our Super X chassis orange. This is a very rare body. This is the Super X chassis orange coming from a Rising Trigger clear blue body. Again, this is from Rising Trigger clear blue body. It's item number 94419. Again, item number 9419. This is orange and this is lightweight. This is fluorescent orange. The purpose for that is to use a lightest body Super X chassis that I can use because we're using it for tune class. That's why I love using it. As you can see, this is very bright. As you can see, translucent orange. And it's good to make your car lightweight even without cutting. Alright? Next, the internals. The internals is a Super X chassis internal. It is white. There's no item number because it came from this packaging. I'm going to show you. So this is an all-white packaging coming from this. There's no item number. This is an Aero Mini 4-Wheel Drive Series. Aero Mini 4-Wheel Drive Series Super X chassis white. And this is made in Japan, obviously. As you can see, it's 1998 Tamiya. So it's quite old. As you can see, there's still a price tag over there. This is a gift for me by Jason Kidd from Tuners North Mall. Shout out Tuners North Mall for all the races over there. It was a gift from him a long time ago, so I took the internals out because I used the chassis already, and I took the white internals and put it here. Again, this is the Super X chassis, Aero Mini 4-Wheel Drive Super X chassis white set. All right, no item number. Just look for this thing if you can still find it because it's quite rare. You can use any part, but I just prepared to use white because, you know, I love color matching. All right, next part. Let's move on to the wheels. The wheels are super hard small diameter, low profile super hard tires. This is a super hard small diameter low profile item number 15543. Again, it's item number 15543. I use this carbon because carbon is the most durable wheels that you can use. And also I'm using super hard tires, so it's lesser to bounce when you use it. I use small diameter for maximum torque. Again, I've been using small diameter for maximum torque. I might sacrifice for a little bit of top speed, but it will give you a lot of torque because I want this build to be torquey since Super X is heavy chassis to begin with. So as you can see, this build will make sense to you because I build it due to its strengths and weaknesses. So the chassis is heavy to begin with. I use fluorescent orange because it's lighter. And now I use small diameter tires because I want more torque, because that body is actually, or chassis is actually heavier than a regular chassis. And I use carbon because I want it to be durable. And I have a super hard tire because I want that grip. I didn't use low friction because low friction will lessen your torque or speed. All right, again, that's item number 15543, super hard small dia low profile tires. They come with a combo, so they came up together. You don't have to worry about that. All right, going internal or deeper to that, I have AO620. Again, that's AO620 bearings that I use. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 AO620 bearings. That's what I use for any of my builds. I like it a little bit protruding because I want a little bit of space, so I don't have to put any spacer when the wheels are too close or rubbing to any of the body shell or dampers that I'm gonna use. Again, that's AO620. And obviously on the AO620, as you can see, I don't know if you can see it, I don't want to pull it because it's gonna mess up the alignment somehow. There's a roller spacer over there. It's a bearing roller spacer that actually attach after the bearing inside, and that is the one next to the wheel. It is a bearing roller spacer, item number 94768. Again, it's item number 9468. That's a bearing roller spacer. It gives you a little bit space away from the chassis, so when you put a body shell that's actually a little bit more artistic compared to this one, it will not be rubbing on your wheels, or it will not be rubbing on your heavyweight dampers. All right, moving forward, let's go to the front rollers. Right here at the front, as you can see, the bumpers over here, the bumper is quite closer. I use those mounting points over here. This is carbon multi-roller setting stay, 1.5mm J-Cup 2019. Item number 95121. Again, it's carbon multi-roller setting stay, 1.5mm J-Cup 2019. Item number 95121. I use this specific bumper because I can move the bumper closer to the body, and then the rollers will be closer to the chassis, to the wheels. That will give you the maximum cornering that you can get. Again, the chassis is wide to begin with, and the chassis is heavy, so you want to make that chassis shorter as much as possible for maximum cornering speed. So this is the one that I use, so I can actually mount on those two mounting points, because only the 2019 ones I think have the mounting point over there. And you know, it's gold, so I like it. Again, item number 95121. Make sense? All right, moving on. We're going to the high-grade carbon reinforcing plate, item number 15495. Again, item number 15495, high-grade carbon reinforcing plate, which is the one right here. That's the stuff on the bottom. I only tape the brake because you actually set your brake, depends on the track situation, but that's what I use for brake. It might quite smaller compared to the other brake settings that you might have, but this one works for me. This is high-grade carbon reinforcing plate, 1.5mm, item number 15495. I use carbon because it's lighter, it's durable, you know the drill. All right, enough with the front. We're gonna tackle the rollers later. Let's go at the roll. Actually, you know what? Let's continue tackling about the rollers. So the rollers now, I've been using 13mm aluminum ball race rollers. They're both 13mm aluminum ball race rollers. The only difference is the color. The only reason why I have the gold in the bottom, because I ran out of the silver and I ran out of the gold. Either or, it's the same purpose. It's the same function. The only reason I use it, I have no matching color. One is silver, one is gold. It turned out really look good. If you're wondering what's the item number, the 13mm ball race rollers silver is 15437. Again, it's item number 15437 for 13mm ball race ringless rollers silver. And then for the gold, it's item number 94862. Again, it's 94862. And the reason why I use 13mm because I want that grip. As you can see, it's angled. It's probably like somehow somewhat 7 degrees or like maybe like 6, something like that. Not too crazy. Not too crazy with the degrees. Because I want it to be usable for raceable for the traditional lane changer and also for a rainbow lane changer, which is I raced last time, which is the 5 lanes. But also they have a double reverse lane changer, as you can see in the track layout. So I have 13 at the bottom at 13 up front. The reason why I use 13, there's more grip, a lot of contact surface, and it's a little bit slower compared to the other rollers, but it's durable, and also it actually gives me grip for stability. Okay, moving on, we're going to the middle part. FRP side extension roller mount. This is quite difficult to say because I don't usually use this, but this is the FRP side extension roller mount, item number 15357. Again, that's item number 15357. This is that 2 FRP part. Why I didn't use carbon? Because there's no carbon part that is like this. 2, this is the only mount that I think that I can get the weights or the dampers closer to the wheels moving forward, so I can have that moving forward pitch. And if you are wondering how I secure this, I basically mounted it to this point, put a little tad bit of glue, super glue or crazy glue, and then I screw it there, and it will not be moving. It will probably really sturdy. If you can see, you could probably hit your girlfriend's head when they're getting naughty. Just kidding aside, but you know the point. It's really hard. It will not actually be damaged or will snap or removed. So that's the FRP side extension roller mount, 15357. All right, going back at the rear, there's a lot of parts, but bear with me. Reinforced rear double roller stay, 3 attachment points, white. Again, reinforcing rear double roller stay, 3 attachment points, colored white. Some people call it 3PT. I call it 3PT myself. It's colored white. Don't ask me why. You already know. It's for color matching. Item number 95381. Again, it's item number 95381. The reason why I use 3PT because in Super X there are 3 mounting points. That is 1, that is 2, and that is 3. And in order to make it very durable and very strong against a difficult track layout or when it cores out, you have to put a 3PT. That's why the name of this is reinforcing rear double roller stay. So it's basically reinforcing your 3-point attachment of your Super X chassis. Again, that is item number 95381. Next part, high-grade carbon reinforcing plate for 13 and 19mm rollers. Jacob 2019, which is in the bottom right there. There's only one that I use because it's 1.5mm. And you guys might be wondering why I'm not doubling up on my carbon. Because carbon is already durable to begin with. If you're gonna double it up, you are also doubling the weight. And I don't want my car to be heavy because the Super X chassis is already heavy to begin with. So I want to make this build as light as possible as I can. This is item number 95123 Jacob 2019 high-grade carbon reinforcing plate for 13 and 19mm rollers. Why did I pick those rollers? Because I can actually adjust it depending on the track situation. So right now on this track situation, I use 19. I can actually use a 19mm rollers, and I can also adjust it to 13 if I want to. Okay? Next part. High-grade carbon brake stay Jacob 2023. Right here. The big ass plate right here. Again, high-grade carbon rear brake stay, J-Cup 2023, item number 95156. Again, that's item number 95156. High-grade carbon rear brake stay, J-Cup 2023. This is one of the game changers since 2018. Since this brake stay came out, the whole game changes, and I'm gonna adapt it to 2025, and we are using it because I can actually put this kind of brake and I can actually angle it. So when I go to the bank, when the car goes to the bank, I have a less delay but more grip to the slope. That's what basically the use of a high-grade carbon brake stay. Again, that's item number 95156. Next part underneath, if we flip the car right here, it's FRP mount plate set. Again, it's FRP mount plate set. This is FRP. We use this as an underguard. Item number 15150. Again, item number 15150. The reason why we're using this is, again, as I've said, we're using it as an underguard. So when your car jumps in the track or it hits something airborne, or somehow your brakes got twisted and the pitch of the car is a little bit unstable, when it gets caught in the track, it slides back. That's what the underguards do. So we're using the FRP mount plate set as an underguard, and the item number is 15150. All right, moving on. We are gonna move on to the rollers now. We have the 19mm aluminum rollers with plastic rings. This is quite rare because it's orange. You are allowed not to use plastic rings if you want to. It depends how fast your car. You can also use a different color because this one is very expensive nowadays. Thank you to all the collectors over there. They've been hoarding this like crazy, but I love orange, so I have mine used. It's item number 95328. Again, it's item number 95328. 19mm aluminum rollers with plastic rings. I picked rollers, the 19mm, because I want that maximum cornering I can get. I might be not close to the wheel, but for stability, I have 19mm, and if I want that slippery, slicky speed, I have that 19mm plastic rings, because the plastic rings is not actually biting to the truck as much as the regular ringless rings or with the rubber O-rings. This one is actually slippery to the track, so it's just basically drag that. I like that word, slippery slick. What do you think? Can you say that easy? Slippery slick? No, I can't do it no more. Anyway, that's 19mm plastic ring 95328 for more cornering speed and stability. Okay, next we have our aluminum spacer set, item number 94917. You guys might be wondering why I use aluminum, because usually if it's a tuned class build, I will usually use a plastic spacer, but because this is also a Bmax and a tuned class build in one, that's what I'm trying to achieve. This is an aluminum spacer set, which is a little bit quite heavy compared to the other builds, but this is more durable and stronger. I know it's not ideal to have a Bmax and a Btuned build, but this will allow me to adjust quicker if I want to adjust to from tuned class to Bmax. Again, that's item number 94917, aluminum spacer set. All right, let's go to the rear now. We have this slimline damper, mass damper set 15501. Again, that's slimline mass damper set 15501. That's the one that I used in the rear. The reason why I only use slimline, which is the lightest, this is the lightest ones, because I already have the 3PT, I got the carbon plate, I got the underguard, and I also got the brake right at the rear. And you have the motor, because Super X is the rear motor build. You have the motor at the rear part already, so I just want to balance it out when the car jumps on the slope or any kind of obstacle. I want the pitch to be balanced because this is quite heavy. I just need that little amount of weights that will balance the car. That's why I use the slimline mass damper set. It's 15501. Again, that's 15501. So be mindful. This is only to balance it out because you already all that weight. All right. Next part is the mass damper set for AR chassis, item number 15459. Again, the mass damper set for AR chassis 15459. And that's the cylinder dampers, as you can see, that one. This one, the bottom. I use that. It's 4.2 grams. It's the one that balances out the Super X chassis to have that pitch. When it jumps, it will slide up and it will pitch the car moving forward with the dampers or weights up front. Again, that's item number 15459. Next would be the adjustable mass damper set, 2.5 grams, 95324. Again, that's item number 95324, adjustable mass damper set. This is the one that's on top. This is 2.5 grams. The purpose of this, if you guys are not familiar with dampers, for all the newbies over there, so when the car go pitch up from the slope, when the car lands, this thing rebounds and absorbs all the impact and it goes up. This one allows you to push your dampers down, that extra double action effect that will let your car, or that will help your car not to course out or lessen the tendency of the build or the whole car to bounce off the track. All right, again, that's adjustable mass damper set, 95324. All right, so next would be up front. Again, it's the same mass dampers that I use, the 2.5 grams. So the purpose of this two right here is to have that extra push, tilting down when your car actually jump coming from the slope. So that's the purpose of that. I only put two here. That's the double action effect, and that's for the pitch. All right. As you can see, this colorful ball caps over here. These are the stabilizer ball caps, color Vivid. Again, this is the Vivid color. Stabilizer ball caps Vivid, item number 95575. Again, that's item number 95575. I use this because it color match. I can actually get away with lock nuts, but lock nuts are expensive. And the reason why I use this, because I have a lot of these. Also, it matches the color of my build. I love the color orange, you already know. And that's why we're using that, and it's very cheap. And it actually gets the job done and secures my weight dampers. So again, that's item number 95575. Nothing special, just I love orange. Next, let's go open this bad boy. I forgot that there's still battery over here. I will not mention this battery because this battery is very old. These are Eneloop orange. Those are limited edition ones. Okay, let's go inside and open this car. So let me open this first. Both sides, so we don't have to waste any time, because I don't want this video to get really long. That's why I'm talking too fast. If you don't get that item number, just pause the video. All right. The next part is this middle part. As you can see, this is the colored blue gears. These are hollow propeller shaft for Super X and FMA chassis. Again, let me remind you guys, this propeller shaft is quite long compared to other chassis. The only chassis that will use this kind of propeller shaft is the Super X and the Super F and the FMA. I'm sorry. It's only Super X, Super XX chassis, and FMA. Only those three chassis can use that propeller shaft, unless you want to cut it and put it on a Super 2. That's the only those are the only chassis that can use the hollow propeller shaft for Super X, Super XX, FMA propeller shaft. Item number 15234. Again, that's item number 15234, hollow propeller shaft. I use hollow propeller shaft because 1, it's lighter, and 2, it's more durable and lightweight compared to a regular propeller shaft. All right, next part would be the super gear set. As you can see, I have a super speed gear set right here. There's the yellow and light blue combination. It comes with a bearing, but I didn't use the bearing. I used AO620 bearings, and I put a spacer over there so it won't be shaking. No secret over there. See, it's not moving or making any crazy moves. That's legal in Tune class, and also that's legal on Bmax. All those DQ disqualificators over there that loves to bash people, that will not be DQ'd. That is totally allowed. That is super speed gear set. If you want the specific ratio, it's 3:5:1 gear ratio. It's 3:1 gear ratio. Item number 15432. Again, it's item number 15432. The reason why I'm using those super speed gear set because I'm racing on a 5-lane track, and 5-lane track you have that maximum top speed that I need, and also I'm using a small diameter tire. For me to compensate that lack of top speed because I want that torque from these small diameter tires, I used a super speed gear set for maximum top speed for 5-lane racing. Alright, moving forward, we have the G2 gear, which is those orange gears. Let me remind you guys, those orange crown gears, G2 gears, you can only use them for FMA chassis, Super X FM chassis, and Super XX. This is the G2 gear AO1019. Again, it's G2 gear AO1019. Item number 94773. Again, that's item number 94773. Those orange crown gears are very, very durable. And the reason why I use it, because that's the only legal one that I can use. I can't use the carbon because it will not actually perform well, and it will actually not, it will not be legal to use that. Next part would be my favorite part of the build. All right, let's close this first. We're almost there. We're home stretch, guys. We've been talking here for like quite 26 minutes now. It's going to be pushing 30. But you've gone this far. Bear with me. My favorite part, obviously. Ta-da. You already know. Torque Tune motor. I have a Torque Tune motor over here. Torque Tune motor 2. Item number 15484. Again, it's item number 15484. Torque Tune 2 motor. Why did I use Torque Tune motor? Because I want that maximum torque. I love Torque Tune motor. If you've been following me for a while, for a long time, my favorite motor is a Torque Tune motor. There's a lot of torque, and I use it for 5-lane, and it works with me because I use it for Btuned or basic tune class race. If you are racing Bmax, you can push this build up to Hyper Dash or even Power Dash if you want. It depends how you want to do it. But myself, I use Torque Tune motor on Tune class, and I also use Hyper Dash or Sprint Dash for Bmax. Again, Torque Tune 2 motor, item number 15484. Next part, last but not the least, carbon reinforced pinion gear. The reason why I use carbon reinforced, you already know. It's reinforced. It's the best, most durable pinion gear out there. I can use the purple, or they call it pink, if I want to. But the purple pinion gear, it snaps on me sometimes. I still use it because it's lighter, or it's available all the time because every kit have that. But I like using the carbon reinforced gear because why not? Item number 15453. And there you go. If you are going to ask me how much are those parts, screw you. I'm just kidding. You can actually look it online. I can't itemize one by one because it depends where do you live. If you're in the Philippines, you're in Japan, you're in Asia, you're in US, Australia, wherever, it's different every country how much it is, so I can't really put all the prices. And also, if you're gonna ask me the measurement of this screws right here, I will not tell you anymore because it depends. It's racer's preference. Just eyeball it or actually try other screws if you want. But I will not mention that if you guys are wondering. But that's my Super X chassis prototype build. I might name it Joey because this is from Sir Joey, but I will actually change the body shell soon because I want it to be a little bit more presentable because there's cracks and damages already, and it was damaged on the race. That's why I didn't be able to race this on Bmax. That's why I don't have a Bmax video, because the chassis is not safe to race. It will actually be detached on the build. Alright, so quick preview. Rollers closer to the wheels. Rollers plastic ring. 19mm for stability and speed. Cornering speed. Wheels are small because for torque. Torque Tune motor for maximum torque. Super X chassis because it's wide and stable. Torque Tune motor, so we're using maximum torque for this build. Fluorescent chassis because we want it to be really light. And that's it. That's our Super X chassis build. If you have a Super X chassis build, please send a picture of me in the comments. Send me on the DM, Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. I appreciate you all. This is Cielshock from City USA Mini 4-Wheel Drive Racing Squad, and I'm a teacher here in Noobworx. We learn from you, you learn from us. Always race humble. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Peace.